ordered its workers back to the office at least 2 days a week. So, is the age of home working coming to an end? Has it made us lazy, or is the home office better for business? Well, joining me to discuss that are TV personality and commentator Ryan Mark Parsons and entrepreneur Piers Linney. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Ryan, I think the key here for a lot of people about working from home is work-life balance. So if people are finding it makes it more productive for them, surely that's better.
Well, I don't think it is. I mean, there's lots of research to suggest that productivity actually decreases by 10%. So I think there's a lot of people that are working from home and they are just becoming lazy. They are just becoming apathetic. I was looking at studies as well that suggested 82% of people that are working from home are tuning in to watch TV. I can even attest to that anecdotally. I've got friends that, are working from home, they're doing hybrid working, but then they go to clubs and they're having cocktails when they're meant to be sending emails. So I think there is a real risk that people just become very complacent. They get used to this very relaxed way of working at home, whether that be actually at home or Soho House or wherever they want to work, and they actually miss out on completing the work that they're being paid to do, and I think that's a real risk.
Well, Piers, we're hearing a lot of figures there, and I think there are a lot of surveys and a lot of different people being talked to about this, but ultimately, should we be concerned that people are becoming lazy?
I think Ryan's been quite harsh.
Have you read different surveys?
I advise quite a few large companies, and this kind of pervades what we do. And I think the joy is still out, really. So at the end of the day, and I employ people as well. So you're employing people to, do a job. And if you manage them correctly, you will know whether or not they're getting the job done. Now, how or why they get that job done, their approach to it, is not really for you to worry about too much, as long as they're getting the job done. And I think that the world is going in this direction, and there's going to be a talent shortage. So you want to make sure that your talent pool is as broad and as deep as possible.
And as an employer, have you seen how it affects people's mental health? Working from home, does it help? Or, on the other hand, the fact that people aren't in the office, they're not socialising, that can have an impact the other way.
So this is not a black or white subject. There's also a grey area in the middle. So the kind of people you want doing particular roles can be different. Okay. You might want people that are, I start companies now. We're in, Lisbon, London, Pakistan, no matter where people are at the end of the day. So you've got to really find the sort of methodology that works for your company and those individuals as well. Not everybody needs to come to the office. What you're finding, though, in most larger companies is 2-3 days a week they're being asked to come to the office, but not everybody, because some roles just don't require that.
But yeah, Ryan, so in that case, surely it is case by case. One size does not fit all here.
Yeah, no, I completely get what Piers is saying. It's very subjective depending on what role it is, etc. But what I would say to that point is that I think, especially for young people, recent graduates, young people starting apprenticeships, I really think that you're starving them of the community that you get in an office. I've worked in offices and I feel like there's a lot of camaraderie that you get from going in, seeing your colleagues. You might make an office romance, you might make friends for life, and I think also staying in touch with your boss and actually going in to have regular catch-ups face-to-face. You can't achieve that over Zoom. I really don't think that you can build those relationships in the same way that you can face-to-face. Who wants to do that?
What if the work is getting done? If we're talking about productivity, if it's getting done, does it matter where in the world you are?
Well, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of research to suggest that productivity is going down by people working from home. But I don't think it's just about productivity. I think a part of a good work-life balance in terms of improving mental health for workers, I think, is having that sense of community. I would hate to just have a situation where I'm just working from my home and I'm talking to my colleagues over Zoom. I think there's something great about going into the office, having drinks after work and having a little catch-up by the coffee machine. I think that's fantastic. I think we're depriving, especially a lot of young people, of that opportunity to progress in that way socially and emotionally with their colleagues.
Yeah, Ryan makes a good point. There is that social aspect of it, particularly with young people who maybe are new to the workplace and they won't have experienced that side of things.
No, I agree. So you need that connection. You need to meet people. I had a company where we never met, still during COVID, and we all met and we kind of, I didn't realise you were 6'2". Everybody's the same height. So I was a lawyer by training, and I actually trained the building next door to where we are today. And to become a lawyer and learn how to sit in a meeting and work with clients, understand how those interactions go, you've got to do that in person. So there's some roles where you have to be in the office. I agree with Ryan that to build relationships, you need to be and communicate with people. personally, face to face. But it doesn't mean that in most cases you need to be in the office. I think you're always going to find a balance, because if not, you're going to find it hard to attract talent.
What are the benefits then? What's so attractive about working from home then? If it's, you know, if it's...
So another one is diversity. So, you know, if you're disabled, for example, maybe you can't commute to an office. People are saving money. There's one example where I spoke to an employee of a large company I work with, and her and a partner are saving, you know, £4,000 a year by not commuting. So there's a benefit to the employee as well, which is sort of additional disposable income. It's diversity, it's inclusion, it's extending your talent pool, giving people the ability to work where and how they want to, rather than how you force them to. But I still agree, at some point, humans need to interact with each other face to face.
But what I would say to that as well quickly is that, yes, people might be saving money on transport, but I also fear for the local businesses. They're getting starved of the business trades. What about the independent coffee shops and the bars that rely on the working trade for their revenues? I think you're starving those local businesses
well, no, because the coffee shops
of the workers.
in your local village, they're getting your money instead of the large
Piers,
one in the town
Brian Mark,
centre.
we are going to have to leave it there. We've got a huge reaction to this on social media today, as you might imagine as well. Great to chat to you both. And it's a job I can't do at home, where I'd be heading off just now. And if you are watching this while you're meant to be working, please do get in touch. Let us know. And I promise I won't tell a soul.